Hi, my name is Arno Maitland. I have been studying and practicing Kumne for more than 30 years. When I started to do Kumne, I didn't like it at all, but I took the whole package. I was very interested in the human development program. And Tartang Tulku, the Tibetan Lama who came in the United States about 1970, he had a human development program at the Nyingma Institute in Berkeley. And somebody introduced me to it, and from the very first sentence that I heard, I really liked it a lot. Because I was looking for a structure to develop in as a human being, as a person. I had done nice programs and nice workshops, but I thought I need a structure. So he provided the structure. There was meditation, philosophy, psychology, rituals, art, and also Kumne. So, and because I liked the teachings of Tartang Tulku and the Tibetan Buddhism, I decided from day one, I do everything. Whatever it is, I do. So Kumne was one of the parts of the program. And for quite a few weeks, I really didn't like it. There were slow movements, and I was in my 20s. Actually, I still sometimes think, oh, slow movement, I like to move quicker. But there are slow movements. And it took me a long time to discover that after the class, I was always very happy. Actually, I was quite elated after class. And I thought it was because the class was over. But it began to dawn on me it had something to do with Kumne. So Kumne is actually a body discipline, but it is better to call it a mind-body discipline. So you start with the body. And we're using the Kumne books by Tartang Tulku, Kumne Tibetan Yoga and Joy of Being. And what is interesting about this practice is, well, first of all, it's used for healing, and it's especially used for deepening meditation. And let me try to explain how it works. What's interesting about the body is that it is the place where we generate sensations and feelings. Just like your eyes see and your ears hear and your nose smells and your tongue tastes, it's your body that feels. So as soon as you contact the body with your awareness, when you envelop your awareness with the body, or as they say, as you tie the mind to the body, sensations and feelings will come forth. And that's unique to the body. What's also unique is that the level of integration that we all want, the sense of wholeness that we want, where the body and mind together, the head and the heart, if you like, how can they get together? You cannot integrate through thinking or through psychological solutions to some of the issues that you have. But you can integrate through feelings and sensations. So the key to integration within and with the world around us is in feelings and sensations. That's really very interesting, because everybody wants to feel whole within. Everybody wants to relate to the outer world in a normal way without getting upset and stressed. So how do you do that? And everybody has their own strategies. So from early on, when we were young, we developed strategies so that we would belong, so that we would participate, so that we could be part of the group, wherever it was at home or at school. And those strategies, they have worked when we were young, but they don't work anymore, because they bring us to a certain level where we at times still feel frustrated. So when we feel frustrated, it's because it's as if we know more than we actually are able to be. Like we are frustrated because in our mind we have an idea of how we could be or how it could be, but we aren't able to make it happen. And why is that? And I think the real reason is two ways. One is because our perception is too rigid, or the flow of our energy is not integrated. Now, some people shiver when they hear the word flow of energy, but it is life. When you breathe in, you get life. When you interact with nature, when you interact with space, when you interact with the sun and with water and your food, it's an interaction process. And that process is actually, you could say, boils down to energy. So of course, when you breathe in, you have oxygen, but within that oxygen is an energy. And that energy goes throughout the body. And if we're healthy, our cells will show it. So I've been very interested to see, how do cells work? And a healthy cell has 4 characteristics. 1, it is constantly becoming. It's constantly creating. That's number 1. Number 2, it's flowing. And number 3, it is always repairing. And number 4, it is resilient and renewing. So the basic characteristic of our cells is becoming, flowing, repairing, renewing. You can say that that's our nature. So in the Kumne books you will find we belong to nature and nature belongs to us. And that means that the sensations and feelings that we experience in the bodies, they are connected to the breath and they are connected to the rhythms and the vitality of the universe. Now some people get a little scared, the universe is so big, but it indicates that there is, in space, there's a vitality and it has rhythms. There are seasons, there are monthly cycles, there's daily cycles, there are cycles from young to old, all kinds of cycles. And behind those cycles, there are rhythms. So for us to be in our element, these rhythms have to be natural. They have to be at ease. They have to be smooth. So, and by contacting the body, by stimulating the flow of feeling in the body, we actually restoring our balance. And our balance means that the energies that we're made up of, and some go to the head, some go to the trunk, or to the hands and the feet, or the eyes and the ears, all those energies, they go to all specific areas where they tend to be used. If we relax them, then the overactive ones become more normal, and the dormant ones come to the foreground. So the energies of the head and the energy of the trunk, or the eyes and the ears, where all that interactive activity that's going on becomes more integrated into one bundle of energy. And that bundle of energy has rhythms to it. So if you ask me, how can I get into my element? How can I be myself? How can I live the promise of my life? And I would say, well, you have to develop your intelligence. You have to develop your understanding. But that's a separate subject. For now, we're focusing on the other part of that, and that's your energy. So just like a bird has 2 wings, you have intelligence and energy. And Kumne begins with helping you make your energy flow more harmonious, more at ease. To just be at ease with yourself is a big accomplishment. It's not easy. And you can do that by focusing on the body, making contact with the sensations and feelings within, and let them come to their natural rhythm. So in Kumne, we do exercises, physical exercises, breathing exercises, mental exercises, and that have no other purpose than to stimulate the flow of feelings in the body so that they become integrated. So the word Kum means, it's a long word, a big word, ongoing embodiment of authentic existence. Now what that means, you have your own words maybe that you like better. You know, how can you be your higher self or your best? Or what's really in store, the promise of your life. What's the promise of your life? Can you have a sense of that? When you were born, everybody was, well, I hope everybody was very happy. Here's the gift of God, the gift of life. This is a promise, and you have a limited amount of time to do that. We don't know how long, but you have time to make the most out of your life. How do you do that? Well, for that you need your energy. And Kumne helps you to stimulate that energy in a harmonious way so that your true self or whatever you are, that can come out. Instead of being bottled up, which is really what a sign of stress is or frustration, means your energy is bottled up. Your intelligence is bottled up. You can't really apply the knowledge you have, or you don't have the guts to use your energy to do what you know you should do. So Kumne gives you that energy and also actually stimulates a healthy intelligence, a deep intelligence. Intelligence means kind of your inner knowing.